Hi there, Lester Fields here. There's a gang that's been harassing the Wayward. Having found out where the gang's hideout is, I report back to Duchess.
Well, you don't look too worse for wear. You managed to figure out where those miscreants are hiding? Fantastic. So that's where their boss will be. You just need to...
Wait, West Virginia lumber? That is not right. You misheard them for sure.
And that's of concern. Why, exactly?
Was wandering up that way not too far back. The lumber company? That place was overrun with a bunch of those big green bastards. Mutants. You've seen those Frankensteins. If this gang was able to clean those things out of the mill, Duchess, these guys might be tougher than advertised.
You got any recommendations on how you'd proceed?
Well, I wouldn't go in guns blazing, unless you got some big guns. Could try and luck your way inside, maybe see if they want to talk to you. But there was this family I ran into up that way that I'm sure has had to deal with them already. There was also this, let's say, special scrapper who was making some pretty bold claims about his knowledge of the mill. Wouldn't be a bad idea to check in with either of them. You'll find them at Anchor Farm if these thugs haven't already run them off. But if they are still there, well, they probably managed to work something out with them. Hey, it couldn't hurt to find out what it was. Found him living in the stalls at Tyler County Fairground. Guy kept claiming he knew the best way to run the mutants out of the mill. But listen, I couldn't get him to spill how. Probably have a better chance he'll share what he learned with someone who still has an entire face. Well, that's a good thing, because that's all I've got. If you haven't already explored up that way, the fastest route back would be via Vault 76 and trekking north from there. And take care of yourself, all right? You're doing us a big one here.
Mort tells me there's a family at Anchor Farm that may have some idea how to deal with the gang, and there's also a scrapper at Tyler County Fairgrounds I could talk to that has the lowdown on how to deal with super mutants. I head on up to Anchor Farm right away. Inside the farmhouse, I meet Daniel.
Plenty of unclaimed space up the road. Maybe you should give it a visit. Just like everyone else. Except we like our privacy. Trying to let you know you're trespassing. Free to leave whenever you like. West Virginia no. Don't know anything about them. Now I'd like you to leave. You'll go. Fine. We worked out a deal. Supplies for protection. What do you need to know to leave? Plenty. A dozen, minimum. They don't let us in the main building, so I can't say how many were camped out in there. Bunch of cons from back east. They're not crazy, though. Not like the Blood Eagles or the Scorch, say. You can reason with them. They don't know how to farm or hunt. We do. So we worked out a deal. You have something you can offer them, you probably can too. Once a month. Food, ammo, scrap. Murray and me take it up to the mill ourselves. Gave us a password to get in. Blue Danube. then by all means, beat it. Unless there's something else. Bye.
Well, though Daniel was less than welcoming, I do get some information from him. So, this gang can be reasoned with. It's a start, but I'd like to see what that scrapper at the fairgrounds has to say. There's some scorched at the fairgrounds to deal with. And then it's up onto the roof of the hot dog stand where I meet Leibowitz.
Hey, get the hell out of... Oh, yeah, you're not one of those creeps. Well, you here to rob me? Well, joke's on you, don't got nothing. Me? Come here. I'm a science experiment. Broke out of a government lab, trying to decide whether to use my powers for good or evil. Figured I'd have a drink while I thought. Ah, you talked to the well-done guy, huh? Well, yeah, I got a little trick up my sleeve. Could kill them all, if I wanted. But I'm not just giving it away. You gotta get me something. Government-issued astral transporter. Snagged it on my way out of the lab. Takes your physical form and drops it right into the astral plane. Makes you nearly invisible. Makes it a whole lot easier to take folks out of this world at the same time. Island nearby's got a big nest in it. Bring me an egg? I'll give you what I got. I suppose there's some logic to that. Here you go. Something nasty enough that I don't want to do it? Up to you, though. Mind the locals out there.
Leibowitz wants an egg from the nearby island. Trouble is, the only island nearby is Deathclaw Island. I head there right away, and of course there's a Deathclaw waiting there, just for me. I take her down with a swing of my power fist, and then procure the egg. Quickly, I make my way back to Leibowitz.
You find me my egg? Well, hello. That is a beauty. When you're hatched, you're gonna call me Papa. Here, those are my end of the bargain. Make the most of them.
And get a few stealth boys for my trouble. Of course, I hope not to need them. Coming upon the West Virginia Lumber Company, I encounter a gate.
Whoa, whoa. You checked in yet? No one's allowed in. Bosses say so. You want in? Intercom's over
What is it? Oh yeah? What's the password? Go on through.
Boss is in the main building.
Lucky I got the password from Daniel at Anchor Farm. Once inside, I go to meet the man himself, the leader of the Free Radicals. I find a tunnel bored underneath the large building and eavesdrop on a conversation.
No one's heard from Batter.
Suspect he finally managed to get himself killed. Batter was a long shot anyway. Always figured it'd take someone coloring with a full box of crayons to find us our prize.
Then I talk to this Roper.
You the one with the password? Presume someone gave it to you because they thought you could be useful. Name's Roper. Now, explain to me why the hell you're taking up my hair. Is that so? And why exactly would I do that? Don't know why you care so much, but fine. We'll get Crane's treasure ourselves. Now get out of here before I change my mind.
And convince him to leave the Wayward alone.
We'll just find the treasure ourselves. If that's all
I return to the Wayward and Duchess.
You're back. You managed to get those punks out of our hair yet? And that worked? Well, remind me not to get on your bad side. But you did good. Shows maybe you could be trusted. Maybe. But there's still the issue of my missing muscle. They went out chasing some unsavory characters. Never came back. They're two of the tougher cookies I've met in my day. So them being gone this long means something happened. You track them down? Maybe I remember a thing or two about this Crane fella. Well, missing person number one's named Polly. Got a transmitter in her. You could track her with your little radio there. Missing person number two goes by Saul. Those two are closer than toes and bad stilettos. So if you find one, the other's likely close by. Find them for me, and I'll pay you for the privilege of getting to yell at them in person. Not the foggiest, but that's where the transmitter comes in. Tune to her station and it should get you going in the right direction. They're called the Scorched. They're an unpleasant bunch, in character and appearance. They've got raw skin, with crystals sticking out of them. And they're still real handy when it comes to firearms and bludgeons, so you'll want to be careful around them. That's for damn sure. Appreciate it. Polly's tracking frequency is 99.7. The once proud home of Appalachia's smooth jazz. I figured someone should get some use out of it. Find out what happened to him. If I need to find new people, I'd like to at least ensure I tried to do right by the old ones.
And now I'm tasked with tracking down Saul and Polly, Duchess's hired muscle. But first I need to rest up at camp, and so I'll be back on the trail again in a few days. Stay safe out there, Vault Dwellers, and until next time, thanks so much for watching.